Hi, my name is Christopher Korth, and today I'd like to give you an informative speech about Buddhism. Buddhism is one of the oldest traceable religions in the world and has affected people not only where it was created in India but in the Far East, but the rest of the world. Whether you align yourself with whatever religion, Christianity, Islam, whether you're an atheist, it's hard to deny that religion has played a large part in shaping our history and our future. Buddhism, as one of the oldest traceable religions in the world, has done just that as far as shaping our history and large groups of people. First, let's talk about the creation of Buddhism, how it got started. Siddhartha Gautama, or the Buddha, is said to have seen suffering in the world and set out on a path to cure it or find a cure for it. While meditating one day under a tree, as the story goes, he found enlightenment, or nirvana. He became enlightened. After that, he set out on a path to spread his word throughout India and the rest of Asia. For the next 45 years, the Buddha spread his ideas and doctrine and really evangelized his ideas and religion to the Far East. His religion follows two main points. The Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path are the two major beliefs or doctrinal beliefs of Buddhism. The Four Noble Truths are all of life is marked by suffering. Suffering is caused by desire and attachment. Suffering can be eliminated, and suffering is eliminated by following the Noble Eightfold Path. The Noble Eightfold Path is broken down obviously into 8 different sections. Right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. The Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path are the core beliefs of any Buddhist religion. They follow them to a T. The Buddha spread his Four Noble Truths and Noble Eightfold Paths, like I said, for 45 years. But after his death, the spread of Buddhism continued. Followers of the Buddha, or monks, were charged with traveling and spreading the core beliefs of Buddhism and the religion throughout Asia and the rest of the world. Buddha's original intent was that they would continue to travel for the rest of their lives and spread Buddhism. This was very effective in spreading Buddhism throughout Asia and the Far East. However, Buddhist monks eventually became tired of traveling all the time and set up temples, which we know today the Buddhist temples and Buddhist monks. This sort of stifled the spread of Buddhism a little bit, but as we know today, there are several countries that have large populations of Buddhists within them. As I said, several countries have large populations of Buddhists within them, and his followers or monks, they transmitted his teachings orally into a series of scriptures called the sutras, and this is what they used to spread Buddhism and to teach, eventually setting up the temples and teaching within the temples in Asia and the rest of the world. Today we've gone over a brief discovery of Buddhism, very brief. We've talked a little bit about Siddhartha Gautama and the creation of Buddhism and his enlightenment, the 45-year path that he took to spread Buddhism throughout Asia. We also talked about the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path, which are the core beliefs of Buddhism. And then we talked about the spread of Buddhism, briefly, the initial idea of creating temples, and the sutras, how they spread the beliefs of Buddhism through scripture. Some of the references I used for this speech are pewforum.com, and then the Foundations of Indian Society that can be found in A History of World's Societies, the 9th edition, written by John Mackay. Thank you. This concludes my briefing. Thank you for listening.